Hi, y'all. Welcome to day 2 of week 4 Bible study by Priscilla Shirer, the Elijah Bible study. Again, this is just my summary, and this one is titled No More Hopscotch. She uses the scripture 1 King 18:21. Then Elijah approached all the people and said, "How long will you waver between two options? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, follow him." But the people didn't answer a word. Remember yesterday, Elijah calls all of Israel, all of the prophets, to meet him at Mount Carmel, and they're hungry and starving and thirsty, and they're probably expecting him to bring the rain back, right? That's what their hope is. That's why they probably willingly followed him up to Mount Carmel. And the first thing he says is, it's not about rain, it's not about water, it's not about the food or the crops. It's, hey, you need to pick a God. Which one? And if this doesn't show you how God has been refining him and pruning him and molding him from each of his carrots, from Gilead to Kerith to Zarephath, if this doesn't show you how he was being prepped for this moment, I don't know what else will. Elijah literally knew that he was ready, and he was bold, and he was courageous, and this is the first thing that he said to them. You know, she goes on to talk about the moment where Jesus was in that predicament with the Pharisees when they were bringing the woman who had committed adultery. She was half dressed, and they were dragging her out with stones in their hands, and they were ready to stone her. And they literally said, "The law says she dies for this. Isn't that right, Jesus?" And he's quiet, and he positions himself in between her and the mob, and he draws a line in the sand. And he says, "He who is without sin among you, let him be the first to throw the stone at her." And it was a mic drop moment. No one says a word. In fact, stones start falling out of their hands, and one by one, these men and women just start walking away because they knew that they weren't without sin. These are those mic drop moments, and we've had them in our own lives where we say something religious at the lunch table at work, and everyone's looking around like, how do we respond? Something political happens, and either everyone starts arguing or everyone gets silent because no one wants to show where they stand. You know, Elijah, he's doing this at this pivotal moment on Mount Carmel. He's literally preparing for an all-down spiritual throwdown. He's ready. He's bringing the fire. She has some prompting questions that I think we can't pass over. In what ways are you wavering, right? Which way are you back and forth? In what ways are you hesitating? Your commitments or submitting to him? In what ways are you limping along? Where it seems so hard, but you still want to try, but you're just limping because you don't really want to put in all of the effort. And then what ways are you halting? Where you start and then one little naysayer defeats you and you just back away. Remember, these are all imperfect humans around us. It's what we see. It's not what God says. So are you hobbling in your Christianity? What are you worshiping more than God in your life right now? And she says one way to help you determine this is to look back on even just 1 month of your life. Where do all your time, your resources, your money, your talents, where do they go? Y'all, most of my money goes to fast food. Fast food. I buy groceries for my family, and my money goes to fast food. And my husband, you know, he tries so hard and to lead us in the right direction financially, and then I don't prep meals and I don't cook for us, and because we're busy and I have all these other things I'm doing, and fast food. Of course, our new house, we're building a house, and a lot of our time and stuff goes there too. But this was a nice list for me to do because it showed, it showed me some things in my life that need less attention, and more of my attention needs to go to my relationship with Christ. So we have to pick one. God says we can't worship him and anything else. That's it, bottom line. Which one do you follow? She lists some verses that help us remember that. Joshua says, "For me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Matthew 6:24, "No one can serve two masters." Revelations 3:15, "Are you hot? Are you cold?" Each of these statements and questions, she says, make clear that a person's choice to play spiritual hopscotch, dancing from that one side to the other, it's going to show you where your loyalty lies. It shows you where your allegiance is with God. I love this passage right here on page 127. It says, "This kind of disjointed lifestyle keeps us off balance." It says, even worse, we negate our access to his choicest blessings, the sense of his nearness, the fire of his empowering reserved only for those who choose to seat him by himself on the throne of their lives. Yahweh must be God alone to us, or he is not our God at all. Let me say that one more time. Yahweh must be God alone to us, or he is not our God at all. That's a mic drop moment for me. It should be for you too. We can't have these other things in our lives that are keeping us from 100% aligning our lives with him. The truth is, she says, half obedience to God is actually complete disobedience. He says in Matthew 12:30, this is Jesus talking, he who is not with me is against me. Y'all, this is powerful. This isn't a joke. This is real life. You cannot have one foot in and one foot out. I know it's a struggle, and I know we all do it. We cannot. We cannot be tepid followers of Jesus. We have to be all in, right? So, no more hopscotching. Today is the day of decision. No more riding the fence. You are a fierce woman or man of God with an opportunity to experience something just like Elijah did. We have to put aside all these other loves, and we have to be anchored in our hope of Jesus Christ and let that be where our allegiance stands. She said, moving forward, we're going to talk about this the rest of the week. How do we put aside all these other loves? And Elijah's going to show us how to do that. So, see you soon.